Hi, my name is Ashish, and in this video we will see how to enable continuous integration with Azure Pipelines. So let me just quickly log on to the DevOps portal and take it from there. This is my DevOps portal, and I'm going to go to my test project, that is the Parts Unlimited project here. To start with, in this video we will learn how to configure the CI/CD for the applications using build and release in Azure Pipelines. This scriptable CI/CD system is both web-based and cross-platform, while also providing a modern interface for visualizing sophisticated workflows. So in this lab, I'm going to create a basic build pipeline from a template. So I'm going to go to my pipelines under if you are on the Azure DevOps project, and here are your organization that you create under which you would create the project. So I have created this Parts Unlimited project under my v-2 Azure organization. I'm going to go to this project and I'm going to go to the pipelines. I then click on pipelines here. This is my already existing pipeline. I'm going to create a new pipeline. Click on create a new pipeline here, and the default option for build pipeline involves using YAML to define the process. If you are interested in that, please you can go with the YAML thing as well. I'm going to show the video for YAML build pipeline as well, but this is the I'm going to use the classic editor here. Use the classic editor to create a pipeline without YAML. So I'm going to click on here. The first thing you will need to do is to configure the source repo wherein your code will reside. So every major platform is available, but the default options are all we need here. So you see that Bitbucket is here, Subversion is here, GitHub Enterprise Server is here, GitHub is here, Azure Repos Kit is also here. So this will use the master branch of this repo. I have a repos as well. So if you click on here and you click, let me open up that in the new window. Let me show you the repos as well. So these are your repos and these are your files. And when you click on this, these are your branches. All right. So this is the main branch, main production branch, and here you have your test branch, dev branch, and you can create new branch as well, but that would have the same code that will be in the master branch. So any updates that you would do, any changes, any modifications that you would do, you would first of all clone or fork the master branch and copy over the code from the master branch to your testing branch. Then you would do the debugging, testing, publish of the code locally. Then you would push that code onto your the Azure DevOps branch from where you have forked it, and then you would push it to the master branch. So this is a series of steps that will do. So you see that this is a repo, and when you would see the folders and file, you have this JSON files, and this is the deploy Azure resource group.ps1 scripts, and this is all the project file that contains your code for the web app. So here I'm going to select the Azure repo git, and this is the project. I am going to go with which repository I want to go. I'm going to go with I don't have any favorites. I'm going to default branch for manual. I'm going to click on continue. Alright, so now here you see these are the configuration as code. For better experience, you want to apply this template, or you want to apply from the existing feature template. So I'm going to locate the ASP.NET, this template, build and test an ASP.NET web application, and I'm going to click on apply here. This template is used to build the definition. And you would see that there are many options that should cover all of our mainstream scenarios, but for this purpose we'll just build the project using the baseline ASP.NET. So this is my build pipeline. I'm going to build the project. Initially, I'm not deploying anything. I'm just building a project using the Azure DevOps pipeline. So I'm going to click on apply here. The process for this build pipelines is easier to follow after getting the source. So you see that these are the template contains all of these tasks. These are the tasks that are under that template. So after getting the source, after getting the source code from the Azure Repo repository that we selected up before when we were starting this process. After the Azure DevOps will use NuGet to restore any dependent packages. So first thing is use NuGet 4.41, and it's gonna restore any dependent packages. Then the project will be built and tested. So here it is building the solution. This is all predefined, right? And here it's gonna do the testing, and then the test would be published to the configure target, which is then it's gonna deploy the artifact that we get after the project is built. So, and if you would see the variables here, and here we can configure any special parameters to be used during the build, such as the configuration or the platform. So build configuration I can use, and I can add it. If I want to add anything, I can add it. I want to delete anything, I can delete from here. And if you would see the triggers tab, these triggers enable you to automatically invoke builds on a schedule when another build completes or when changes are made to the code. So, and if you see this option which says enable continuous integration, and if I check this, it makes sure that whenever there is a change in the code, whenever someone modifies the code in the source, the changes would be committed onto my repo as well. And now if you would see the options tab here, this section includes a wide variety of options related to the build workflow. Note that you'll generally configure options for specific build tasks on the configuration view of the task themselves. Right, so you want to have the status badge, the build is completed. Now if you will go to the retention, the retention tab settings has been gone to the project settings here. So if I go here and do it in the open in the new tab, it would take me to those settings. And this section enables us to configure which pipeline runs are retained and for how long. It says days to keep artifacts, days to keep runs, days to keep pull request on, number of recent runs to show, and all that stuff. You can close this, and if you would go again here, you go on history. There would be nothing here yet, but it will show a history of changes you make to the build definition. So when you will drop down this, you want to go with save and queue. So now you are triggering the pipeline, you are initializing, you're running the pipeline here. So click on save and queue. Save comment, you can type in save. You're going to use agent pooled, you want to go hosted private agent pool. Master tags, variables are those, and I'm gonna I'm gonna this agent pool, I'm gonna this save and run. So this is running my build pipeline, which will build the package for me. It failed, Let's see why. Okay, so no agent pool defined here. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to go again to this pipelines. I'm going to go here. I'm going to edit it. I'm going to click on Q. I'm going to go with Azure Pipelines. I'm not using anything else. And I'm going to click on Run. Let's see how it works now. It is cute. I'm going to click on it. I'm going to see it run. So it is running, starting initialize job. It is the hosted agent. It is the default machine here. So these are the tasks that were defined. These are all running. You can see it. It went through the first task, then the second task. Now it is working on the NuGet restore task. Next, it will build a solution, test the assemblies, publish the symbols path, so on and so forth. Let me just pause it and come back when it is completed. Alright, so this build did not run well. So if I click on code coverage here, no data is available. My test is also not done, so no worries. And let me show you how to invoke a CI build. So now if I go to my repos and files, I'm here. I'm under the ASP.NET. Let me look for a file here. Public web. Master branch. Alright, so this time it went well. If I go here and you would see the test here, so all of this looks good in terms of passing the test. If you would see the summary section here, and there are some warnings, you can click on this as well. You can do the finalizing job, cleaning up task keys. All of this looks good. Go here. These on test. There are no test failures, and this is how it does. So now if I go to my repo and I go onto my files, and under this and under this, I go to one of my files to edit. I'm onto my index.html. I'm going to maximize it, click on edit. I'm going to make a very small change here. So you see this home page, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3 exclamation marks. I'm going to go to commit, updated index.html. I'm going to do it on the master branch, and I'm going to click on commit. And now if you would go to the pipelines, see this one, this is the updated thing, and you would see here and see here and phase 1, it is running the build. So this is the continuous integration. Like if I would make even a small change onto my code in my repositories, and if that checkbox is enabled to have the continuous integration enabled on the pipeline level, so any change that I would make should go with the build process. So this is the build pipeline that we configured to build the changes, to build the code, publish it, test it. So continuous integration is to build pipeline, and the continuous deployment is to deploy, or the release on wherein you deploy a code to the VM, or you deploy a code to the Azure App Service. So this is how it works. This is how the build should run, and this is how it is. So I think you had a good time watching this, and you got to learn a new thing here. So if you have any feedback, please mention them in the comment section. And until the next time, have a good day ahead. Bye bye.